Hi guys, today we're going to be planting garlic and we're going to be filling up the raised bed that we planted about a month ago. We were at our local nursery center yesterday and I was able to pick up the last 2 packages of garlic bulbs, cloves. I got the last 2 on clearance. Now they have been on the shelf a little bit longer than normal, so I'm just going to plant them up anyways and see what we get. But I wanted to fill that entire bed with garlic, and since I only had a couple heads the last time, I have been on the lookout ever since, and lo and behold, I got some. This is the variety that we're going to be planting today, Purple Glazer. They are a hardneck variety. I have never planted them before, but this was pretty much all that was left, so we're just going to give it a shot. I was able to pick up 2 packages, and each package contains 2 heads of garlic. But one of them is not looking so well. It's a little soft and I can't see if it's showing up on camera, but it is starting to yellow and brown a little, so it may be drying out. I'm not sure. This head over here looks a lot better. So I think between the 2 packages, because this one's doing the same thing too, we may just end up with 2 heads in the ground, and I may just toss the other ones because they're starting to get a little bit squishy and I don't think they survived. And this is all that we're going to need today. I've got my kneeling pad, a little trowel, garden marker, and a label, and a pair of gloves. When I initially planted the first set of garlic, I had prepped the entire bed. So there's Biotone starter fertilizer and Land and Sea compost already in that bed, so there's no need for me to add any more to it. I'm just going to go in there and dig some trenches, place my garlic in, cover it up, and that's all there is to it. Let's start with our label. Good to go. So like I said earlier, the bed has been already prepped. The soil is charged. It's got Biotone starter fertilizer and Land and Sea compost in here. And you can already kind of see close up that some of the garlic cloves have started to sprout. I've only got 2 of them so far, but it's still early in the season. I mean, God, we're only in January. So the fact that they're even coming up now, it's kind of like, huh, okay. So really all I need to do is just remove the netting and then just dig a couple of trenches right over here on the right side, because I've got my music garlic over here, the question mark garlic over there. So I'm just going to dig 2 little trenches right here and plant that Purple Glazer variety and then just cover it up. I did do a video earlier explaining the different varieties of garlic and how to plant it. I'll link it in the description box below if you want to check it out. It goes into a little bit more detail than what we're going to do now, because now we're just going to kind of get in there and get them all planted. So I'm just going to go through and separate my garlic cloves, dig a couple trenches, and get these in the ground real quick. So these smaller garlic heads, they're way too soft and squishy. I don't think that these would actually do anything. And if they were to sprout, they probably wouldn't be able to produce a decent sized head on them. Let me break one of these apart real quick. Yeah, so you can see that it is really soft and kind of squishy. The paper lining around it is starting to completely deteriorate, so I'm probably just going to discard these and just stick with the 2 fuller heads. Just for reference, these are the heads of garlic that you want to get in the ground. The paper is completely covering the cloves. They are firm. The color looks good. These are what you want to get in the ground. paper fell off one of them, so I'm just going to take that and use it in the kitchen. Okay, so we ended up with 16 cloves of garlic, and that will yield 16 full heads next summer. So awesome. All right, they're all planted. Doesn't look too much different than before, other than this side that I was planting in, it looks a lot darker because I roughed up the soil. But other than that, it just looks the same. I'm not going to water them in today. We got a lot of rain yesterday, so the soil is fairly wet. Plus, we're due for another storm in a couple days, which will probably bring about another inch or so of rain, and that'll be more than enough to get them settled in the ground. And then I'll just keep an eye out over the winter and just make sure they don't dry out too much. If anything, if we continue with all of this moisture, my concern would be that the soil is staying too wet and the bulbs could rot. But that's part of the unknown or the thrill of planting things underground. You never know what you're going to get until you harvest. I will come in also in spring and give them a little bit of fertilizer. I'll probably use Garden Tone and just give them a nice spring feeding, and then probably again late spring, early summer, and that way we can hopefully get some nice big heads of garlic. All right guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.